She was an amazing person all the way around. She was always there for everyone.
Raven Brantley reflects on the life of her aunt, 49-year-old Dina Mae Terrell, who deputies say was shot and killed on Friday by a Lyft customer. The loss of a mother, grandmother, sister, and aunt, impossible to put into words.
She wasn't just a Lyft driver. She was a mother. She was a grandmother. She was an auntie. She was a sister.
"49-year-old Dina Mae Terrell was an amazing mother of three, a grandmother of three, an aunt, and a sister who was loved by many. She was a hardworking and strong woman who cared deeply about the people around her, touching so many lives in the process. She wore so many hats. She was a graphic design artist, a bartender, a kind friend, neighbor, and most notably, a breast cancer survivor. She was previously diagnosed with breast cancer, but fought off the disease and was doing well, determined to make the most of her life, which she did, unapologetically. As normal, Dina headed out to her early morning shift as a Lyft driver, never considering that this would be her last route, ever. Around 5:15 a.m. on October 21st, Oakland County Sheriff detectives arrived at the corner of West Rundle Street and Putnam Avenue in Pontiac, Michigan, for reports of a crash. Upon arrival, deputies found a gray Nissan on the curb, wedged between a utility pole and a street sign. A closer inspection of the vehicle revealed the body of an unresponsive woman suffering from what appears to be a gunshot wound.
Sky 4 there shortly after 5 this morning. The call coming into the Oakland County Sheriff's Department as a vehicle accident. When deputies arrived on the scene, they found a much different cause.
The victim was identified as 49-year-old Dina Mae Terrell, who was sadly pronounced dead at the scene. She died from a single gunshot wound to the back of her head. An investigation into the murder revealed that Dina picked up a passenger from a Walmart in Rochester Hills who was being dropped off at a location in Pontiac. She was almost at the destination when she was shot at Putnam Avenue and Rundle Street, at which time her silver Nissan Versa crashed into a utility pole. The gunman took off after the shooting, but it wasn't hard for investigators to piece together who they were looking for. Detectives discovered Dina's cell phone and the Lyft app still running. There were directions leading from the Walmart to an address on the northeast side of Pontiac, and the ride hadn't been completed. Officials believe she had been about 7 miles into the drive and nearing the destination when the suspect pulled out a gun and fired it from the back seat. During a search near South Merrimack Street and Hollywood Avenue, officials said they found evidence, received descriptions of the suspect from witnesses, as well as additional information leading to a swift arrest of the suspect. A growing memorial continues to grow at the scene of the crime as friends, family, and even strangers pay their respects. Her family, who initially refused to speak to news outlets out of respect for their decision to mourn in peace, spoke out for the first time Monday. They understand that this could have happened to anyone. Unfortunately, it happened to a woman whose loved ones say did not deserve it. The family is unfamiliar with the suspect, and no information suggests that Dina was familiar with the suspect prior to picking him up that day. She was simply doing her job, trying to make ends meet.
You can clearly see the pain a family is going through coming to terms with the death of 49-year-old Dina Mae Terrell after she was shot in the back of the head by a passenger she was dropping off for Lyft. Johnny Terrell Jr. is her ex-husband.
She was a graphic design artist. She was a bartender. She was a lot of things, and she did not deserve to go out this way.
It's just not making sense for family members. The motive behind all of this remains a mystery.
Why would he do this? I don't get it. Robbery wasn't a thing. Her jury was still on. Her purse was beside her. So why? Right now, my sons they're inconsolable. They don't want to speak. They just want to lay their mother to rest with respect, as well as the rest of her family.
With Dina being a mother of three and grandmother of three as well, her family is having a hard time with her unexpected death. So far, they say no one from Lyft has reached out to help.
Lyft hasn't tried to reach out to us for anything, regardless of what they said. But when they do reach out to us, we don't want their condolences and well wishes. We want help with burying her and putting her to rest with respect. That's what we're asking for.
19-year-old Kamari Davion Phillips of Pontiac, who has no past criminal history or prior mental illnesses, was taken into custody without incident and charged with open murder and possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony. He has pled not guilty and has asked for a court-appointed lawyer. He is being held without bond at the Oakland County Jail. If convicted of open murder, Phillips faces a maximum sentence of life in prison. A probable cause conference at 50th District Court is scheduled for November 3rd, and a preliminary examination is scheduled for November 10th. A GoFundMe was created for those who wish to assist with Dina's unexpected burial expenses. As of right now, there is still no motive in the case, and the investigation remains ongoing.
What can someone do when working for a rideshare service to protect themselves?
Also sharing what could be life-saving info is retired State Police Inspector Ellis Stafford. After 24 years on the job, he's issuing a crucial message to any rideshare driver to protect themselves.
There is a reason why you're not feeling comfortable, even if you cannot articulate it. Get out of there, call the police, let them sort it out just in case. You can always buy a new car.